What's up, everybody? Josh here from Black Lung Brewing. My boy Jack. How you doing, Jack?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man.
Good to be here.
Thanks for coming out, brother.
Yeah, bro.
We're gonna try some beer today. Give you a little tasting notes on some of our beer and what's it gonna be?
Let's go for your stout.
We're gonna do this stout, the raspberry stout.
Last time I was here, we did that IPA, the hazy IPA, and I enjoyed it. And I want to move to something darker.
So we're doing the raspberry chocolate sea salt stout, no talent ass clown. Now, I kind of stole the name from a movie, Office Space. Yeah, Office Space.
Good movie.
Great movie. The style idea came from a great brewery that I was at down in North Carolina with my boy Jeff. What's up, Jeff? It's called Ass Clown Brewing, and they had this awesome sea salt stout that I tried, and I was inspired. So I thought, what the hell, throw some raspberry in there, see how it goes. And it was a big winner for me at Lake Zurich beer tasting last year, 2018. So
Can that shit up? Oh wait, we can't say shit.
we can say whatever the fuck we want. So I brewed it up on the big system, put it out there, and you guys liked it pretty good. It's a good beer. It's tasty. It's a stout that is meant to be drank. I mean, it's not a big, huge, massive pastry stout or anything like that, but it has some of that stuff going on, and it's an easy drinker.
So where are we at series-wise? This is episode 4.
4.
Episode 4.
Episode
Okay,
4.
sweet. So we're like we've had 3 drinks now, all at varying levels of style, and now we're kind of dipping into the darker area.
So far we've done Sycamore Timber. We've done
the Galaxy.
Where the heck is it at? Oh, we did Orange
Oh, you did
Bandit, which we have one right there, and then we did Galaxy. So now we are doing Raspberry No Talent Ass Clown.
Cool. Well, let's dive straight in, my friend. Let's go in.
Here we go.
Again, you pour away. You do me first. I think that's more appropriate. So as stouts go, I know that the aroma I'm looking for, knowing it's got sea salt, raspberry, hints of chocolate in there, I'm looking for like dark and sweet. Nothing too overwhelming, nothing too viscous. I want it to be light. Nothing that's going to take my socks off, Nice and easy drinking.
It'll be what it'll be, bro. Here we have a nice brown head, about a ½ inch or so poured. Kind of sticks around a little bit, which is good. The lacing kind of goes away a little bit quickly, but this beer's been in the can for a little while now. You can still find some out there in some of the stores, some of the retail shops. We will be brewing it again. It was definitely a favorite of mine.
What's the optimum serving temperature of this?
Well, it's a stout, so in my mind, you want to be between 50 and 52 degrees.
Okay.
A little bit on the warmer side, so that it brings out that malty character. Stouts are maltier beers, not typically meant to have a lot of hop aroma. This beer in particular is meant to have some raspberry aroma. That's why we put the fruit in it.
Yeah, you're definitely getting essences of that on the nose.
Yeah, and some chocolate aroma. So there was some chocolate put in this beer, some cocoa nibs, and also some chocolate rye and black barley. So it's got some darker grains in there that lend more towards chocolatey aromas and flavors.
Okay, yeah, and you can see in the color that it's real on the dark end, like nearly 500 SRM. Maybe a 450, something like that. Yeah, like you said, the head on it's good. I think we're in for a treat on this stout. Shall we?
Take a drink.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Oh yeah.
We didn't dig into the aroma very much, but
it's definitely there.
Definitely raspberry.
I get
chocolatiness.
I was gonna say I get the chocolate coming through.
Gives you some chocolate essence, and then the flavors raspberry and chocolate. I mean, I get it all day.
And you can tell that this isn't like an extract of chocolate. Like you got that from the grain. It's
a bitter chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's purer than it would be. Had you not,
it's from the grain and from the cocoa nibs.
This is the kind of stout that I would buy for anyone who's looking for a stout over the winter. Nothing too like I said earlier, like viscous or heavy. Anyone who's not into like heavy beers and just wants something a bit darker for the season, this is something I'd go for.
Yeah.
It's got the balance of that sweetness from the raspberry and chocolate.
Right, and it's a little bit on the thinner side, but I'd still call it a between thin to medium body. It's a drinking beer. It's got a dry finish, which is pretty typical with our beers. It's got some of that saltiness that you would almost think is bitterness, but that's not what it's the salt that's coming through.
Yeah, it like suggests bitterness, but it doesn't hang around like an IPA.
Absolutely not. No.
This is good. Well, tell us about how this came to be, this beer. Like, what was the inspiration for this?
So, like I said a little bit earlier, we're at Ascalon Brewing in Charlotte, North Carolina, and had my first sea salt stout, and was really kind of blown off the bar stool with it. I just thought it was the coolest beer, and it hung around right about 7%, 6.7, something like that. And I really enjoyed the beer, and thought to myself, man, when I get home, I'm going to try to make something like that.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I made one, and it won in a homebrew competition in Lake Zurich.
Nice.
I got a second place on it, a fan favorite.
Yeah, nice.
So it inspired me to keep it around, and once we got the system up and running, it was the fourth beer we brewed.
Nice. And you added raspberry to this, right? Raspberry chocolate.
Yeah. So that was the original inspiration, was the sea salt stout that I had down in North Carolina. But on top of that, I kind of thought it would be nice to have something that was more like a raspberry truffle.
Mm-hmm. So again, something to balance that bitterness and the darkness and the maltiness.
Exactly.
Something a bit more sweeter.
So for the truffle, we just went with raspberry, some puree, and mixed it into the fermentation. Mm-hmm. And here we have it.
Yeah, here we have it. Yeah, very nice. How does this like fit in the appeal of people who want stouts? Like,
it's funny that the super popular stouts right now are very sweet, and they're thick or robust, heavy mouthfeel. Women like this stout more.
I know my wife enjoys it.
Yeah, and you've told me that. Yeah, you told me Meg likes this one a lot.
Yeah.
The raspberry is it's definitely there, but it's not overwhelming. It's on the nose, it's on the palate, but it's approachable, and it's a full flavor. But the beer is not overwhelming, so at 7%, you can drink a few of them.
Yeah, there's certainly a level of balance here. Like, you're not getting too much mouthfeel. It's easy to drink, and it doesn't lack flavor. I feel like some lighter stouts or porters tend to like lack the overall flavor that you associate with like a beer that's had additives put to it, or some kind of flavoring added to it. It's either overwhelming or it's underwhelming. This one kind of is a nice balance between the two.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I think you've nailed it. Like most of the popular stouts these days are sweeter. They have tend to be a bit more robust, like you said. In terms of the market, how would you say it kind of sits in the field of sessionable stouts? Is it something that you would go to and give your friends? I know you're the owner and you brew it, so obviously, everyone drink this beer.
You should probably drink this one. Yeah.
There you go. But like in terms of, let's say, like the like more seasonal releases that come out this time of year.
So for me, this is probably a seasonable. What did I say?
Seasonal.
Seasonal release.
Don't worry, we're drinking beer.
But it's also a stout that at 7% is approachable, and I've entertained the idea of using this base to introduce different fruits into it, and I think that's going to be something that we do in the future. So we might do some different versions of it.
That's a nice idea. Yeah, for those who
different fruits.
Anyone who's not into raspberry or chocolate might want to go the more like molasses or caramel side of stouts that are available.
So there's some different adjuncts that we can try with it, just to kind of play with it. And as far as where it sits in the market, I mean, it's a thinner 7% stout. It's somewhere in between your everyday drinking Guinness type stout and well under an imperial stout. So I mean, you get a little bit of that hint of a pastry, but a beer that's more approachable and drinkable. Not so much that you can actually drink a whole can of it.
Yeah. I just drinking it now, I don't feel overwhelmed or feel like this is the only one I want. I could easily drink 2 or 3 of these and feel like my mouth mouth isn't being overwhelmed by anything.
That's what we go for here. Yeah, we like to drink beer, so we make beer to be drank.
There you go. Well, you know, I feel like we've covered all the bases with this beer. This is it's something that everyone should be drinking right now. I feel.
Pause again.
Episode. Go to your local liquor store, get a 4-pack of this for as cheap as you can. Open up a can.
I don't know if there's any left out there, but
no, limited release. Here are words.
We'll be brewing it again. Don't worry.
There you go. Yeah. Envisage it in your brain if you can't get a hold of it. You know.
Right on.
Which brings me to my next question: is are we going to collaborate again, you and I, in one of these episodes? And if we are, what are we going to do next?
I don't know, man. You're putting me on the spot. I don't know. We'll see how this one goes.
Let's see how the views are. But even if I'm not here, like what are you thinking next episode?
I think we're going to continue in the series, tasting our beers, giving you guys an idea of what the flavor is, what the profile is, where it fits inside the market, what you can expect from it. We're not trying to bullshit anybody here.
Yeah.
We're making
giving honest opinions.
We're making fairly dry beers that have a lot of flavor, and we're using really great ingredients. And if you guys go try them, I think you'll like them. We're gonna taste test some of our other beers. Time will tell. We'll see which ones we're gonna pop up with, and we'll give you a fair assessment of them as well.
I suppose if you're interested in Black Lung, you want to get their beers, you should probably follow the socials. Where do we go?
So hey, good heads up, man. So we're on the Instagram at Black Lung Brewing, Facebook at Black Lung Brewing, www.blacklungbrewing.com, Black Lung Beer on Twitter, and also support your local homebrew club. Nubs, this is a shout out to you. It's my homebrew club.
Head down to Perfect Brewing Supply in Libertyville.
And your local homebrew shop, Perfect Brewing Supply in
That's
Libertyville.
where you get your grains, your hops, your yeast, everything you need. If you sign up with the American Homebrewers Association, you get 10% off all ingredients.
Hey, that says it all right there.
Can't say better than that, right?
Save money.
Yeah. Well, cheers, my
You
friend.
can buy more beer.
Enjoy
Cheers.
myself.
Thanks for coming over, bro. Appreciate it.
Scene.